Hey, this is Frank Owenson, the Let Me Be Frank guy, also known as a conscious behaviors coach. And a lot of times I get contacted and asked, well, what does a conscious behavior coach do? And so Debbie Goodman and I decided that we probably needed to have a conversation to help people to understand what is conscious behavior, what is conscious behavior coaching, and also we're gonna we're going to toss around the other element of what we do, which is the hypnobehavior aspect of it all, just to give you a taste of what it is that we do and how we are able to help people to overcome a lot of obstacles and I hate to use the word shortcomings. I mean, right, Debbie? I mean, that kind of probably
Right. Well, we all have shortcomings.
right.
So, I mean, if we're
So,
truly honest.
but we utilize conscious behaviors coaching as well as hypnobehaviors as our tools for helping people to overcome the many things that they want to overcome, basically. Right?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
So,
So, tell us a little bit about conscious behaviors and what that is.
well, how conscious behaviors came about was um, many years ago. I mean, I've been a conscious behavior coach for, gosh, kind of scary to think for probably 6 or 7 years, but it was several years prior to that in the development aspect of it, and that is, I had a lot of things going on in my life, and there were a lot of changes that I needed to make, and it was hard because I couldn't understand why I was continuously doing some of the things that I was doing and why my life was going down a path that I probably really didn't want it, headed for. So I had to do a lot of soul searching. But in doing that, I started studying about you know consciousness. I started studying uh, subconsciousness, and through all that, I realized that I needed to be conscious of my behaviors. And by being conscious of my behaviors, then I could correct things. And from that point on, I dove deeper into it because I know your subconscious works in the background. You're conscious here, but you're only
Right.
conscious. You'd be surprised at how little you really are conscious and how much works through your subconsciousness. So I had to be able to learn how to enter. I hate to say the word enter. I went in through this year and came out the other. Um, but how to enter my subconscious mind to be able to know more about what it was doing, how it how it took in information, how it uh, continued, that information, how my self talk, how it works.
Right.
And because it's kind of funny, have you ever experienced you're walking down the street, you're kind of you're talking to yourself, people laugh because oh, look at that guy, that guy's talking to himself because he's by himself and he's just talking, and but yet it's funny because we all talk to ourselves all the time because in our head we just don't do it out this way. Some
Right.
people just say, hey, maybe I'm talking back, I don't know. um, but the thing about it is it took me taking the time to really understand where my where my thought patterns were coming, where was my words coming from, where were my actions coming from, and by doing so, by learning that, I was able to have more control over my behaviors. And yep, there must be another client. We'll get right to them here real soon, um, but the cool thing is just getting in tune with your conscious behaviors, and by being alert of things that you don't want to do again, that'll eventually ingrain in your subconscious mind too, which then it'll change some bad habits you have and correct them. So it's not so much that you're correcting a bad habit, as opposed to you are not me, you, no,
Yes, me.
me too. Um, you are, what's the word that I want to use? I don't want to say eliminating them. You are replacing them. That's it. You're replacing them, taking the bad and replacing it with something good.
Right. That makes
So,
sense.
I mean, you hear a lot of people talk about, oh, I listen to all these positive affirmations all the time. And, do they really work? And I'm going to tell you, yes, they do. As long as they're the right ones, as long as they are the ones that you need to get you to overcome whatever it is that's afflicting you.
Okay. So can you give us an example of mine? Can you just give an example of how that works in our terms?
Okay, number one, I didn't hear all that because you gotta love Zoom connections because they kind of go, ooh. So ask your question one more time.
Can you give us an example of your subconscious mind working with your conscious mind?
Um, yes and no. Again, your subconscious mind is always working in the background. So while you see this, your subconscious sees this. So your subconscious is bringing in all these little bits and pieces of information, and they're storing them in different areas of your brain, and they're kind of like, they're, it works to kind of put them together. And sometimes they get little funky, so that might cause some issues for you. But so basically, we use. Well, you just want to know what hypnobehaviors is.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so hypnobehaviors basically is the use of hypnosis. In other words, hypnosis, and you know, here's the thing: people all of a sudden hear hypnosis and they start running for the hills. Oh my God, he's gonna make me cluck like a chicken across the stage and do all this stuff. No, no, you're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make you do that. I can't make you do that because that's not how it really works. Those people that are on the stage that do goofy things to me, they want to be on the stage. They want to entertain you. They want that attention. So in the real scheme of hypnosis, it's all about putting you in a relaxed stage, uh, putting you in that, I shouldn't use that word stage, I should put state. Put you in a relaxed state and put you in a relaxed state to where you are relaxed, but yet your conscious mind kind of shifts over and gives us access to your subconscious mind. And then there, positive affirmations or positive suggestions can be made so that way it, it secures itself in your subconscious. And then what happens is your subconscious mind is processing that, and it's putting all those little pieces together. And then what ends up happening is eventually, after a few sessions of going through that, and you know, maybe it might be weight loss that somebody's dealing with. Well, hypnobehaviors is is the process of going in and putting positive affirmations in your subconscious to help you to be able to lose that weight. Maybe you have a craving for chocolate. Well, this helps you to kind of lower that craving for that chocolate.
Well, who wants to lower the craving for chocolate?
Well, okay, yes, I understand that. That probably wasn't the best example, but when you talk about comfort foods,
Right,
I mean, sitting down with a big bowl of popcorn, and shoving it. I'm guilty. I have to be
right, me
guilty.
too.
Probably isn't the best thing for you. But it's funny. Is consciously you don't even think about it. When you go to
Right,
pull out that bag of popcorn and everything, it's not your conscious mind having you do that. It's your subconscious mind because your subconscious mind's going, well, you're feeling a little down there, Debbie. Maybe you want a little pick me up. Here, take a bowl of ice cream.
right.
You know what I'm talking
Yes, yes.
about?
Or if
So
you're sitting in front of TV, that happens a lot. You bring your bag of popcorn in, you sit
right,
down in front of the TV, you're engrossed in the TV and you're just shoving it in. And before you know it, it's all gone.
right, right. See, that's why they tell you only take a little bowl of the chips. Don't take the
Right.
whole bag. It's going to be gone before you know it. Um, but but that's what we do. That's how we help. Is we come in. Um, we are able to put you in a hypnosis state. Again, you are just relaxed. You are still in control. I have no power over you, nor does any other hypnotist have any power over you. Um, and we just circumvent the conscious mind to get to the subconscious mind, and we put positive suggestions. Maybe instead of that bag of chips, maybe we go and get ourselves some celery sticks. Maybe instead of that bowl of ice cream, we get ourselves some carrot sticks. Something that's a little bit, little bit more healthy, which then it kind of snowballs because before you know it, if if you're picking up, the celery sticks instead of the popcorn or the chips, well, eventually you're going to notice that because you're going to notice, you're going to notice that maybe your clothes are fitting a little different.
Right.
Same thing with drinking water. I mean, everybody's like, well, yeah, well, you're just telling me what all the diet plans say and whatever. Trust me, do not get me started on diet plans. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, all
Pull my
effective,
hair
right?
out. Pull my hair out. I don't even want to talk about diet plans. There's a reason there's the word diet. So um, it just drives me crazy, especially when I know who actually wrote the first diet. So um, should I tell them?
Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll say that for another time. Well, now they're all going to Google it. They're all going to do their own research. Oh,
Oh,
we
this
go.
is true too. So now you could go ahead and tell them.
Okay, the first guide book was written by a gentleman in the UK who happened to be an overweight undertaker. So there you have it. That's the reason why there's die in diet, because it was originally created by an undertaker who was 300-400 pounds. Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That is just
Yes,
absolutely crazy.
absolutely.
And if you do the research and you look it up, it's kind of funny because you'll see that there's like 143 diet books out there. So
Wow.
so if you don't like this one, try this one, and if you don't like that one, try that one. And hey, you know what? Now you know why the weight loss industry is a $75 billion industry every year. And
Right.
the crazy thing about that is it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, good for them. Hey, whoever's making money, good for them. Um, you know, you and I, other people, we're just the suckers that are paying that money out for that. When
Yes.
we could actually save a lot of money. I'm not knocking gyms. They're good for, they have their purposes, I guess, but and I'm not knocking nutritionists and things like that. I'm not at all. What I'm saying is this: if you were to come to somebody like myself and Debbie, we can allow you to take that investment into yourself and with a short amount of time and be able to make changes in your life that you are just going to go, oh my gosh, how did I not try doing this a lot sooner than I am today? And you will see the value in it right away. You will see the changes be happening, and you'll be astounded going, oh my gosh. But here's the cool thing: the way we do it, you lose weight, you're going to keep that weight off because of the way
Right.
we do things. You're going to keep that weight off, and you're going to have a better mindset to what is possible moving forward in life. So,
Exactly.
so as you can tell, I get excited when I talk about this stuff. Um, I love meeting with my clients. I love having, that dialogue with them, uh, because I get excited when I see the positive changes that they're that they're experiencing. Not because it's good for my for business and things like that, but genuinely just
Right.
because I like seeing how happy they are, how excited they are, how their outlook on life is just completely flipped. Instead of all, my weight is this, and I can't wear those clothes, or I can't go. I'm not going to go to the beach. Are you kidding? To all of a sudden going, oh my God, I went shopping the other day and I bought this beautiful dress, or I bought this, this or that, and it's like seeing that excitement on their face is just. I mean, if that doesn't get you excited, nothing's going to.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
really is. So,
That's what it's all about, trying to
right,
help people make better choices and decisions so they have a better life. And
right,
that's just
absolutely.
amazing when you see that happen.
Wow, what isn't that a title of a book?
Possibly.
No, that's exactly what it's all about. It's all about helping other people uh, to make better choices, better decisions, and to have a better living. Not a living, but a life. Um, oh, I mean, it may help you have a better living. You might be better at your job. We can do that too. There's so many areas that we can help people with. I'm not going to rattle them all off because the list is like yay big, double sided, and
Right.
I was kind of chuckling the other day. I was kind of looking at all the different phobias out
Oh,
there.
isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Yes.
it really is. Really, it is because I've, I've never heard of half of them. In fact, I've never heard of three-quarters of them. And and so I kind of just chuckle like, okay, yeah, that one works for me. Yeah, that one works for me. That one's kind of freaky. I don't know about that one. So um, I've always had
Excuse
a
me.
fear of heights. Don't know why. Well, I shouldn't say a fear of heights. I'm fascinated with heights.
So you wouldn't want to do zip lining then?
Oh, I've done zip lining.
Oh,
Yes.
really? Okay.
I won't. You'll never catch me jumping out of an airplane.
Gotcha.
I've propelled out of helicopters, but we won't get into that. Um, but I have. I can tell you a couple funny stories about that. Some cocky guys who thought they're going to be doing. You know, well, we'll show you guys, and well, it didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. But anyway, um, you wouldn't see me jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Um, you know, no, not going to happen. I give a lot of credit to all our airborne forces and stuff like that and everything because that
Oh, right.
wow, especially with all that, all that weight that they carry along with them, the rucksacks and whatever. That's just insane. But okay, hey, but I have a fascination for heights. I will, and so imagine, so imagine you're you're up on a cliff and below is the ocean. Okay, well, I probably wouldn't walk up to the cliff and look over it. So what I would do is I would actually get on my hands and my knees or even my belly, and I would slither like a snake up to the edge. So it's only my head looking over. Just in
Well, yeah,
case.
because
You just don't
that's
know. You know, and I did that. I did that as a kid, and it was kind of cool because I did that as a kid. But down below, I mean, you know, it was high enough. I don't know. I'm going to say probably 400 or 500 feet. And looking
right.
down, and anyway, in the lagoon or whatever you want to call it, off the ocean, there were two sharks swimming around. So it was pretty
Oh,
cool.
isn't that
Yeah.
incredible? Yes.
So
I
yeah.
have
So
I mean, yeah, that you don't want to, sometimes our fear keeps us from seeking out those opportunities. And, it's amazing when you kind of push through that fear and you actually do it and then you see something incredible or you feel something incredible, that's absolutely the best.
another time is when the house that I grew up. I spent most of my child life in, back in the Crescent. Um, how should I explain it? Our house was kind of up on a hill. Um, our house, so our house is up on a hill. Then there's the driveway that kind of goes up the hill, but that driveway doesn't go up the hill. Driveway kind of goes down. So here's the house, and so there's a pretty good distance between the very edge of the roof of the house and the driveway, the cement driveway. So if you were to fall off the house onto the sidewalk, yeah, it would mess you up pretty good.
Right.
You know, whether
Understood.
maybe it may not kill you, but you know, so it was pretty intense. So what I would do is I'd go up on the roof. Excuse me, sorry. I would go up on the roof and I would actually get on my stomach and I would actually to the one edge of the roof, I would slide myself over to it just so I could look over it. And I'd just be like freaking out because of how, how far down it was. Now, the funny part about that is on the front slope of the house. So you got the slope, and so I'm up here looking over, but the front slope of the house during the wintertime, we get so much snow and it'd be piled up there. We get on the roof and go running and jump in the snow piles.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it was kind of funny. It would be like going, I can say I jumped off, I jumped off, roofs. You'd be like, what? How did you do that? Well, in the snow. So, I mean, it was, the landing was much softer.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't go running off the side of the roof because that would hurt.
Especially now you don't bounce as well. As a kid, I think you bounce a little.
Well, yeah, you got little softer bones, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, you know, other things that have happened to me. You would think I'd have a fear of water, being that I swam across the Mississippi River in the main channel, and halfway across, looked down the channel, saw a big, tugging barge coming up the channel and everything, and yeah, that wasn't the smartest choice. Wasn't the smartest choice or smartest decision ever in my life, but now I can at least say I did it.
But you made it.
Yeah, I did it. Look what I accomplished. I was kind of a doorknob at the time, and my friend Gary says this. He thought, I think there was alcohol involved in that, and I'm like, at 11 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, but, hey, maybe. But anyway, so
Residual from the evening before.
Again, more bad choices, more bad decisions. Could have really altered life. Well, here's the interesting thing about it was there were 5 of us that did it, and each one of us wound up at a different area of the river,
of the shore on the other side. Wow.
And so what we were doing is we were swimming from one park to the other park. This is in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and so one park to another park, and it was interesting. And then it kind of just also shows you the how strong river current is, and so so we wound up at different areas of the park. Now I'm not bragging, but I'm just going to say this. Back then, I had been on swim team. I had swam for the Y, and that was pretty good. So when I got into the water and I started swimming, even though I saw the barge coming when I got halfway, I actually did swim straight across the river. So I was able to, to get out where I thought I was going to get out. But everybody else were kind of, they were staggered, and thank goodness, because there were some barges that were tied up further down in the park across the river. Thank goodness that none of us got down there, because then the other undercurrents could have that could have been trouble.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Again, dumb decision, dumb choice. I don't know who I was trying to impress. Was it me? Was it my friends? Was it was I just being careless? I'm thinking I was being careless. I did streak around a convenience store one time too. I was playing cards and lost a bet, and a couple of us had to go streaking. Um, so I laugh like when you see on some of those social media things. Pick a number for all the things that you've experienced in life. And I'm like going, streaking, yeah, I did that. Again, not the best choice, but hey, I didn't get arrested. Probably freaked some people out, but hey, whatever. Thank God it was undercover. It was night, so I kind of, other than the lights of the convenience store,
Right.
it was like a flash. So, so later in life, then I started thinking I better start making better choices and decisions, and
Right.
knowing
Right.
that would change my life, and it really did. So I've had a lot of cool, fun experiences. I've been through a lot, and so I fall back on those things when I'm helping other people as well too, because I've been down that road. There isn't too much that anybody, and this is kind of scary to think and say, but there isn't too much that anybody's probably really gone through that I haven't experienced too.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy, but I mean, we all have issues in our lives. There's nobody without something going on in their life. And,
Sure.
I feel like at this point, I'm much better to be able to help and coach people than I was 20 years ago or whatever. So, because of those life experiences, you
Absolutely.
can help others more easily, I think.
Right. No, I totally, totally, totally get that. They say as you get older, you get wiser. Well, wiser is because you went through all those
Right,
poor
exactly.
choices and decisions. So,
Yes.
and there's the younger generation who don't know. And I was there, you think you're invincible. I can do this, I can do that, and, you know,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So, but anyway, so I like to be able to utilize everything that I've learned and all the self studies that I've done and be able to take that, what I've learned from that and help other people with that as well too, as I know you have too. So,
Right. Yep. That makes life go around.
so any more questions on hypnobehaviors or conscious behavior coaching? Definitely reach out to us because we'd be more than happy to talk to you and discuss it and see how we can help you as well too, and make good things happen for you in your life and make some major positive changes. So reach out to us. There's information down in the discussion where you can connect with us. Definitely make sure you like us, subscribe to us because we will do this more often, make more videos to talk about more of the things that we do. We'll actually probably, I was thinking we were going to do a series on different things, whether it was weight loss, personal development, anything from anger management to let's see, to controlling your emotions, how to be funny, uh, how to be more
Sign
persistent,
me up.
common sense, just all kinds of different things. Or we can even help you learn to love how to clean the house.
Sign me up for that one too.
It's funny. I saw that just this morning too. I'm like going, oh, somebody's having some trouble getting motivated to clean the house. Hmm. Maybe I should write a hypnosis script on that. So I did.
Awesome.
So, um,
Awesome.
but yeah, there's so many things that we can help people with and get them going. So anyway,
Yep.
hey, thanks for your time, and we will be talking to you again. Again, I'm Frank Ellenson, the Let Me Be Frank guy, and that other lady here, her name is Debbie, and she's the helpline lady.
You
That's
got it.
that's for me.
Absolutely.
It's always a tongue twister. I want to say the online help lady. Well, yeah, you are online, so but
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's always kind of. I'm gonna have to write a script for that too, just so I. So anyway, hey, So as you can see, we like to have fun with it as well too. So reach out to us, and if you have any questions, maybe we can do a video on that question as well too. So feel free to reach out. And like I said, the information is down below. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon.